A radioactive object is melting through the Antarctica ice sheet. It's hidden, and scientists are alarmed. They don't know what is causing this. This is by David Need on Science Alert. A hidden radioactive heat source seems to be melting the East Antarctica from below. And when it comes to measuring ice loss at the poles and predicting what might happen next, scientists need as much accurate data as they can get. This new study says there could be a very big source of geothermal heat underneath East Antarctica, and that we have not yet factored into our calculations. This is what they recently found creating the river under the glaciers of Greenland. Something hot is melting underneath the glaciers, causing rivers to run off. Now we know that Antarctica has over 100 volcanoes, especially on the west coast, that is melting. Now, the ice in this area of Antarctica appears to be melting from the bottom up, meaning that it's being heated from the bottom up, and according to radar readings taken by an aircraft flying over this frozen continent, the radar was able to penetrate through 3 kilometers, that's nearly 2 miles, of ice to map the conditions under the ice. As the base of Antarctica ice sheet melts, the meltwater drains away and fills up subglacial lakes downstream. While this process might not be a major contribution to ice loss right now, the international team of scientists say that it could cause faster melting in the future because the water and ice can escape more easily. The process of melting, we observe, they say, has probably been going on for thousands or maybe even millions of years, and it isn't directly contributing to the ice sheet change. This is what the lead researcher Tom Jordan said. He's from the British Antarctic Survey, BAS. He explains, however, in the future, the extra water at the ice sheet bed may make this region more sensitive to external factors such as climate change. The team of experts thinks that radioactive rocks and hot water spurting from inside Earth's crust is continuously contributing to this additional melt, based on observations taken up to 750 kilometers, that's 470 miles inland from the shore. Without the latest in radar technology, we would only have surface observations to go off. And the Polar GAP project that this research is part of is designed to fill in some of the gaps left by reading taken from now retired GOCE satellite. We can remember that data from the GOCE, the Gravity Field and Steady State Ocean Circulation Explorer, was used to map the terrain under Antarctica in a study published earlier by measuring slight fluctuations in the gravitational pull. And they were able to map the hidden contours and key sources of heat underneath the ice sheet, and it's crucial in working out what will happen to Antarctica in the years to come. Now, the Polar GAP project provided some vital observations as part of that mission. We cannot be sure what's causing the melting, but the hot rocks and heated water hypothesis seems the most likely, which future studies can take into account. It's not only the newly discovered source of heat under Antarctica either. A study published this year suggests that extensive amount of underground heating is going on in West Antarctica as well, perhaps melting ice faster than it can accumulate. Well, we know what's on West Antarctica. They found a new young volcano recently. Besides the fact that we have volcanoes, 100 volcanoes in Antarctica, the West has active volcanoes, and the new one as well has been found there. Obviously, that's causing some type of geothermal activity, and it's melting the glaciers from underneath. Now, back in July, scientists announced that they had spotted what could yet be another volcanic heat source under Antarctica, and this time under the Pine Island Glacier. And we should say that the scientists are not suggesting that these heat sources will suddenly turn Antarctica to water in the space of a few years, but there are extra factors to take into account to make allowances for as we measure the ongoing effects of climate change. As geothermal heat source, such as a newly identified one having likely been around for a long, long time, we're not off the hook when it comes to causing accelerated ice melt at the North and South poles. So the next thing they have to do is work out how these hot rocks could influence the ice shifts of the future. Quote, "This was our really exciting project exploring one of the last totally unsurveyed regions on our planet," says Jordan. "Our results were quite unexpected, as many people thought this region of Antarctica was made of ancient and cold rocks, which had little impact on the ice sheet above. We show that even in the ancient continental interior, the underlying geology can have a significant impact on the ice." This is on Scientific Reports, and it's on Science Alert. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.